This time we're going to take a look at some of the pouches I've been sent to go onto my shooter's belt. These include the Golden Nugget, horizontal medical pouch and some frag pouches. So let's get going. Welcome back to AATV. I'm your host Tom Anvil Hibberd. We're going to continue our mini-series looking at the new products from C2R in Hereford. So as I said, I've got a variety of pouches by C2R on my shooter's belt, all in multicam. Now these differ a little bit from the previous set of pouches I have been using because these slide over with belt loops. They don't use malice clips or mole loops like I've previously been using. A little closer look at how they mount. Well, as I said, these slide on and they're obviously a perfect fit for the shooter's belt. So the inside of the shooter's belt, and we discussed previously, has hook velcro which attaches to the loop velcro on the inner belt. Now on the inside of each of these belt loops is a set of loop velcro, which means when they're on they stick firmly to the outer belt and are not going to move around. Now there's one big advantage to that over mole. You can position it anywhere you want. You're not limited to the width of a mole or power slot. The disadvantage is that in order to get this pouch off, because of the fixed buckle, I'm going to have to take the rest of them off as well. However, if you do a bit of thinking, it isn't really a problem. As well as the loop on the inside, we've also got hook velcro on the outside of the belt loop. So we're not taking away any stability of the lockup between the outer belt and the inner belt. So we still get a really good, firm, stable fit. And I've got the same mounting system on the medical pouch and the frag pouch as well. To fit these pouches, it's really handy to have a couple of tools. You don't need to use them both, but it could be handy. The first one I found really easy is using one of those old school rulers, blanking off the loop velcro as you slide the pouches on, and then once you're happy with the position, you can pull your ruler out. If you don't have one of these lying around, a simple bit of folded paper will do the job nearly as well. So a ruler's probably a bit easier though, as you can shove it back under much easier than a bit of paper and change the position if you don't quite like it. So we'll go around the belt and talk about each of the pouches in turn. First one we're going to come to is this Golden Nugget ammo pouch. So I call this the Golden Nugget because it's really difficult to get right. However, it's extremely valuable once you get it perfect. This is a triple mag pouch, 2 pistol, 1 rifle. So I've got Airsoft double stack 9mm style pouches from a Glock 17. And I've got a gas blowback Airsoft rifle magazine from my GHK. These are quite heavy, so a pretty good test, as are these once they're fully gassed up. And they locate nice and securely. You can change the angle on the pistol mags a bit towards the front or towards the back if you want. I seem to like having the front one out, the middle one straight up and down, and the rifle magazine just as it is. These are really easy to locate, index and get out if you need, with a decent amount of retention. I haven't had a chance to run around with this pouch yet, so I can't be 100% confident on the retention, but it seems absolutely fine from first testing. The retention is done by Kydex inserts, which are velcroed in. So this whole pouch is really light. The material is custom laminate, laser cut with the integral belt loops. It's even lighter and it's really nice not having the malice clips digging into my hips. Really low profile and really comfortable. What that's meant is I can bring the Golden Nugget a bit further around onto my hip and have a shorter distance to get to the magazines. There's plenty of space between each magazine, and because of the belt mounts rather than the mole mounts, the spacing between the magazines isn't dictated by the width of a mole slot. So there's enough space to get a gloved hand down and wrap it around each magazine and withdraw it with no problems. Looking forward to putting this through its paces. Okay, next we're going to talk about the horizontal med pouch. It's also on the belt loop system we've previously discussed with the Golden Nugget. So it slips over, is retained by Velcro inside the loop, and we've got some hook Velcro to aid stability when we're mounting it to the inner belt. So the med pouch is also made from the lightweight laser cut C2R laminate material. It takes up the equivalent of about 4 mole slots And again, because of the belt loop, I can mount it in any position I want. I'm not limited to the indexing of a Mollet or Pals loop. So like most of these modern horizontal medical pouches, you can extract it from either the left or the right, and there's tabs on both sides to do so. Unlike some of them, it's quite firmly mounted inside. You don't need to pack it in a certain way to stop it wobbling its way out. So in order to extract it, grab one of the tabs and pull, and we're left with an inner wallet and the outer shell. Retention is aided on the outer with this thick elastic which helps grip. You could also shove some essential items down inside this elastic tube, like a tourniquet or other items of equipment that you think necessary. On the outer, you can see the red cross. That's laser cut through, and there's a piece of red loop Velcro stitched inside. If you want to blank off this red, you can do so with some extra patches. Maybe if you want to use an IR reflective patch. They will attach onto the red loop Velcro. This outer shell is extremely lightweight and weather resistant. The stitching is extremely robust. It's triple stitched in areas of high wear. I don't really see any problems with this lasting a long time. So as I've previously spoken about, I'm an airsofter, so we don't really have to deal with traumatic gunshot wounds in airsoft, at least if everything goes well. However, it's probably sensible to carry a small immediate first aid kit to deal with any boo-boos or sprains, breaks, anything like that. And you could trip over and hurt yourself, so it's well worth having something on you. And if you do have a more traumatic injury, it's not just you that can use this first aid kit, someone else can use it on you. Anyone in a more serious occupation that we're using this, you'll have your own packing requirements for what goes into a first aid kit. But let's just show you what's inside this internal wallet. I've currently just got an Israeli bandage looped inside. There's an absolute ton of elastic loops, holders and flaps to put your medical supplies in. As I said before, you don't need to completely stuff this to the gills or pack it in a certain way in order to retain it, like some medical pouches. Nice and stiff. There's also an eyelet hole, so it can either be lanyarded so you don't lose it, lanyarded to the person it belongs to, or you can hang it up from a convenient place while you're giving treatment. There's loop Velcro on the lid of the internal wallet, and there's hook on the sleeve, and those two mate together. And that's nice and safely retained, isn't going to fall out, and you can extract it when you need it. So a first aid pouch, maybe not the first priority for an airsofter, though again, probably sensible to have one. If you're going to have one on anyway for LARPing and milsim purposes, you may as well fill it with some useful medical supplies. So the last item I've been sent is a couple of frag grenade pouches, so we'll have a quick look at those. Again, these are on belt loops which slide over and retain, just like we've got used to now, with Velcro on the inside and Velcro on the outside to keep the stability on the belt. The pouch is made from C2R's custom laminate, which wraps around, so it's a really nice, simple, clean design without too many components. Secured by Velcro on the lid and by an ITW Nexus clip. Tension is by the lid and also by two pieces of elastic, this outer thicker coyote piece and an inner thinner black. In order to aid retention, you can slide the spoon of your grenade down in between these two pieces of elastic. Currently I don't have a reusable airsoft grenade that fits it. I'll see if I can find one, or if there's any disposable fizzy pyro which fits this pouch, and let you know how we get on with it. Also got this drop version, which is pretty cool. Now this is a bit different, as it slides on to the inner belt and then has Velcro to lock it in place, and then the outer belt goes on over the top. Okay, so that's the belt on, and you can see the drop pouch sits really nicely below my ammo pouches on my left hand side, and if it was on my right hand side I could easily have double stacked frag grenades on that side as well. So a really handy little pouch. I hope you enjoyed this look at C2R's range of belt pouches. I'm really looking forward to putting them through their paces in the coming months, and we'll let you know how we get on with them. Thanks for watching AATV. I've been your host Tom Anvil Hibberd. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon.